Hey everybody, CW here, Card Wolf, because I'm always on the hunt for great cards. Today is Thursday, and I'm doing It's Anything Can Happen Day, and today something very cool is happening. I am playing in a pack pickup game versus Brent from Mac Waxx Stacks, which is his awesome channel. I will link to it in the descriptive box below. Your job, if you choose to accept it, is to see how I do, see how Brent does, and let us know who you think is the winner. The pack pickup game is different from my pack battles with Average Joe that I do every Wednesday. The rules for this, and there are rules, and it's very different, and I'll explain them to you. We're going to open 4 packs, and I actually have a bonus pack. Brent is not doing a bonus pack. He doesn't know I'm doing one, but I am going to do one. It's kind of it's a bonus pack, but it doesn't really count, as you will see when I get there. But anyway, we open these 4 packs, all vintage baseball packs, and the goal is not to get like the best cards or the, best card overall. The goal is to make your best baseball team. You do 4 outfielders, 4 infielders. They have to be 4 different infield positions, including catcher, and 2 pitchers. And whoever makes the best lineup, the best team, that is who wins. And it is a good time. I have done this with Brent before, and I always enjoy it a lot. And Brent kind of sprung this on me. I had sent him some packs a little while ago. He kind of sprung it on me earlier this week, and he was like, I want to do that this week, and I'm going to crush you. Brent is misguided, frankly. I don't know how else to describe it. He's just misguided about how well he's going to do. I don't think he's going to do very well, but, I gotta, encourage the guy. But I'm gonna crush him, and it's gonna be ugly, and it's gonna be sad. But yeah, that's how I feel about this. And I've got my special secret weapon bonus pack that I'm gonna pull out at the end, just in case I need some kind of support for these positions. Brent does not have a bonus pack, and he knows that we can use bonus packs. This is not like a new rule. He knows it's possible. He just chose not to do one because he's that confident. I don't understand it, ladies and gentlemen. So those are most of the rules. The only other rule that is in effect for this pack throwdown pack, what is it, pack? I can never remember. It's not a throwdown, it's a pickup, and it's not a throw up. No, it's a pickup. I would never want to see a pack throw-up game on my channel or any other. That would be disgusting. But it is a pack pickup game. Brent named it, and Brent invented it, and I commend him for inventing this awesome game. So the only other rule is the Jose Oquendo rule. The Oquendo rule is in effect, and what that means, since Jose Oquendo legitimately played all 9 positions in baseball, if you pull a Jose Oquendo, you automatically win. Now, if both of us pull an Oquendo, I don't know what happens. I've never thought about that, but I guess that's possible. I don't know. I'll show you the packs we're getting into today. 1988 Donruss is one of them. 15 cards in this pack, so that's pretty good. You want as many cards as possible to choose from. 15 in that pack. 12 in 1991 Topps Stadium Club. Only 5 in Sports Illustrated Then and Now from Fleer. This is from 98. Only 5 in here, but a lot of Hall of Famers in this set, so you could pull, all 5 of these could end up going on to your team. That's really what you're expecting from that. Then we finish with a Big Daddy 17 cards in 1988 score. So those are our packs. I'm going to start off with this 88 Donruss. Again, we're trying to build our best team, our best lineup, and that is how the pack throwdown. It's not a throwdown. It's a pack pickup game. I don't know why I keep calling it that. I don't know what my problem is. Rick Honeycutt starts things off here. He is a pitcher, so I'm going to make stacks of positions and groups and categories. Pascual Perez, who looks dazed. He will not be on my team. Paul Kilgus, who looks creepy and has some kind of weird wrinkle in the card. What's that? It's pre-creased. All right. Pre-creased. That is the first time I think I've gotten a pre-creased card. Thanks, Donruss. That's so helpful. That way I don't have to crease it myself. What is up with card companies? I don't know what's going on with that. Vincente Palacios, who has some serious skeptical side-eye going on there. He might make my team just because he looks like that. Steve Howe. All we've gotten are pitchers? What is going on here? That's not going to help. I only need 2 pitchers. I need 4 infielders and 4 outfielders. What is going on here? Steve Howe, another pitcher, the longtime pitcher Doyle Alexander, started pitching in the 70s. Here it is, 88. I think he pitched until 2001. Doyle, another pitcher, Jeff Sellers. This is an all-pitcher pack. This is weird. This is not the kind of pack you want for a pack pickup game. Another pitcher, Dave Righetti, who was a good pitcher and an even better pitching coach, but a good pitcher there. He's a possibility. Jose Gonzalez, we finally get a non-pitcher, and it is dreamy-looking Jose Gonzalez there, hanging out in the dugout. He is an outfielder. Mel Hall, also an outfielder, and Bill Pacoda, he was an infielder. He's just IF, so he could play any position in the infield. That's pretty valuable, actually. Rick Honeycutt again? Are you kidding me? What is up with this pack? I feel like Brent somehow loaded this pack against me. What is going on? Rick Honeycutt and Perez again. And then finally, oh man, this pack was garbage. This is not going to help me win this at all. Kurt Wilkerson, who plays shortstop and second base, that's actually helpful as well. And Jody Reed, a pretty decent shortstop for the Red Sox. Man, that pack was, I got to say, that was garbage. I feel like there's some sort of conspiracy afoot to ensure that Brent triumphs in this contest of champions. I'm not feeling good about my chances all of a sudden. Darryl Boston sliding into third for the Mets. Darryl Boston there. I think Darryl Boston actually came up with Boston. I think he came up with the Red Sox. These are a little sticky as always. Oh, the White Sox. That's right. I knew it was some sort of sock team that Darryl Boston came up on, but there he is with the Mets. Darryl Boston, I believe, is an outfielder. Yes. And Matt Noakes, who is a catcher, I believe. Matt Noakes looking weird in that. That's a creepy picture of Matt Noakes. Looks completely airbrushed, like he's got one of those sort of slightly larger heads. I guess Matt Noakes has a huge head or something. I suspected he is a catcher. There's another catcher there. It is Todd Zeal, and he's trying to tag out somebody, but I don't know who that is. He's leaping to avoid the tag there. Todd Zeal is a catcher. Jose Canseco there. We finally get a card where I feel like that could be a starter for me in this matchup. I tell you, this pickup game, it's not looking good for me right now. Canseco is my best player. We got Mike Fetters, another pitcher there, and another one here with Goreltz. And Brett Saberhagen, there's a good pitcher. We finally get one where I feel like I could start that guy. That's a good pitcher. He may make the team for sure. We got Brian Barnes, sideways card there, and Bryn Smith. Another lot of pitchers in these packs. I feel like these were loaded by my opponent. I'm not trying to accuse Brent of anything, but I feel like these packs are quite strange. John Burkett there, and Tim Jones, another pitcher, I would point out. Finally, we get Pete O'Brien, a pretty decent infielder there with the Mariners. I think he came up with the Rangers, if I'm not mistaken. There he is with the Rangers. So pretty decent. He lasted in the league for a while, so I'll put him in that stack. I'm going to save the Sports Illustrated pack for last. It's actually second to last because I got a bonus pack off camera over here. I'll just creep it onto the into the frame here. There it is. That's the bonus pack. And I don't know. The bonus pack, I didn't think would actually come into effect, but now, I mean, look at all these pictures. This is ridiculous. All right, so score 88, 17 cards in here, so this should help fill out my lineup a lot. Once again, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the thumbs up. It helps out the channel a lot, and I certainly appreciate it. All right, more pitching. Doug Drabek was actually a pretty good pitcher. I think he won the Cy Young once, so Doug Drabek could be a starter for me. Howard Johnson, there we go. That's a legit star there. Howard Johnson at third base. That's a good one. Keith Moreland, who was with the Phillies for a while and then played with the Cubs, another third baseman there. There's Kurt Wilkerson, our second Curtis Wilkerson, and he's once again listed as infield. So I think that's the second time we've gotten that player, if I'm not mistaken. I thought we got him before. Oh, maybe not. I thought we got Curtis Wilkerson. Is he in the outfield this time? I don't know. I guess we didn't get him. I'm hallucinating other Curtis Wilkerson cards, which is, you think if I'm going to imagine things, they'd be more exciting than that. He gets an infield spot. Larry Anderson. Franklin Stubbs, a first baseman. That's our first baseman, I would say, and put that aside. That's not helping us today. Dave Martinez goes into the outfield. Joe Niekro, not too bad there. Joe Niekro, brother of Hall of Famer Phil. The Niekro's the winningest brother combination in Major League Baseball history. Dave Meads. And Bryn Smith, I know we got him before, so we got double Bryn Smith. I could start two Bryn Smiths if I wanted to. The rules do not prohibit that. You can double up, and I have done it before, and it was pretty awesome. I could do that again. Did Jose Gonzalez? Yes, two Jose Gonzalez. What is up with this? I feel like Brent has been up to something with these packs. I don't trust this. This is just too weird. Steve Farr, and now I'm beginning to think all of these are duplicates. Mookie Wilson, there you go. That's a good outfitter. Mookie Wilson was a legit star back then. Rick Cerone, really good catcher, played for the Blue Jays for a long time, and then the Yankees. And he's a legitimately good catcher. Carmen Castillo, another infielder. Got a lot of flexibility in the infield. A lot of these guys are not married to one position and just says infield. DH, Gary Matthews. Well, that's why we have 4 outfielders, is to accommodate the possibility of a DH. And I might use Gary Matthews. He was a really good player, and he lasted in the league a long time. Came up with Atlanta in the 70s, and you can see, he was with Atlanta there. He came up with the Giants, actually, but then was Atlanta, the Phillies, the Cubs. Moved around a lot, but a good hitter, a really decent power hitter. Has some good home run totals in there. And Denny Martinez, Hall of Famer Denny Martinez. He and Brett Saberhagen right now are my starters. This pack should help round things out with some good players. We should get some Hall of Famers out of here, in my opinion. So let's see how we do. If we get anybody in here that I like. That's the poster. I guess the poster could count. There's nothing in the rules about not using the poster. We got Frank Thomas, so we will be using Frank Thomas for sure. That's definite. Gotta do that. Get the big hurt in there on my team. Gotta do that. All right, so who do we have in the cards? Andrew Jones, decent outfielder, certainly for the Braves. Not a Hall of Famer, but a good outfielder for them. Consistent hitter for them. We got Tony Clark at first base. That's a bit disappointing there. Denny Neagle and Manny Ramirez in the outfield. So that was actually a pretty disappointing pack. Other than the big hurt, I'm glad I opened the poster. I don't know. I guess Manny Ramirez we could use. He's a young Manny there. Legends of today, Manny Ramirez. So I don't know about that. We may have to go to the bonus pack. I'm just going to edge it back into the frame. There it is. You've seen me open these packs before, this bonus pack, and I'm going to do it now just in case I need to use somebody. The bonus pack is Superstar Music Cards. Superstar Music Cards. These are 10 hot photo cards. Get my oven mitts to open this up. And these are all rock and roll stars from the 80s, the best generation for music, I might add. So if I think any of the music stars would actually do better at any of these positions, infield is looking kind of weak. I think outfield is pretty rounded out, but infield is looking a little weak. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. See how that works out for us. So let's get into these music cards. This is my bonus pack, and we'll see if anybody in here I think would do better at any of these positions than the players I have drawn so far out of my legitimate baseball packs. Ian McCullough starts things off. That is awesome. Ian McCullough, lead singer of Echo and the Bunnymen, one of my favorite bands of all time. That is awesome. I do not have that card. Ian McCullough would be terrible at baseball, so he is of no use to me, except that's a PC card for sure. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix might be good at baseball. I don't know. What do you think? Hendrix? Maybe in the outfield? I don't know. I'm going to think about that. There's Guar, who would be monstrous at baseball. Guar, any of them would probably make a really good catcher, I would bet. But since it's a band, I think that kind of disqualifies them. There's another band. It's just Trouble. Trouble. Those guys, they're trying really hard to look like Trouble, but I'm not buying it. You guys, yeah, no. Maybe that guy, he kind of looks kind of like he's maybe up to something, but the rest of those guys spend too much time at the stylist. Madonna, there we go. Now, I've heard back in the day that Madonna liked to go deep, so I could put her in the outfield maybe. I don't think so, though. Bobby Brown, it's his prerogative. Should I put him on my team? Bobby Brown would suck at baseball, let's be honest there. George Michael, also not probably a very good baseball player. I'm just going to guess that. And Colin James, who was not a good musician, much less a good player, so he's out. 247 Spies, another band, and a kind of a good one. 247 Spies were a lot of fun back in the day, but they're a band, so I can't put them in there. We got Historic Concerts. This is that Hendrix again? Yeah, it is Hendrix with the Buddy Miles Experience, and that doesn't count. We got some All right, propaganda cards go away. So the only one that I really think could make a good player would be Jimi Hendrix. So we'll put him in the mix and see how that goes. The rest of these bonus cards go elsewhere. Frank Thomas is definitely on the team. I think our pitchers are going to probably be Denny Martinez and Joe Niekro's a possibility, and Drabek. I guess I'll look at these guys, consider them. But I think Brett Saberhagen's going to be our other pitcher right there. Unless I wanted to do the duplicate Rick Honeycutt and just have Honeycutt and his clone. And I guess I could do Pascual Perez, too. I don't know about that. Righetti's a good pitcher, too. Consider him. And there you go. All right, so that's what our pitching situation is. It's Saberhagen and Denny Martinez. Martinez is a Hall of Famer, so I feel like I got to go with him. And he was also a former Oriole, so that seems like a given for me. Righetti, Joe Niekro, and Drabek. I don't know. I'm going to put Drabek out. This is an early Drabek card, too, so it doesn't tell me much of his stats. There's Joe Niekro's stat line. That is impressive there. Pretty nice stat line there. He had 220 wins at this point and 203 losses. I don't know about that. That's a lot of losses, Joe. Dave Righetti was a really good pitcher, but I think I'm going to go with the Hall of Famer Denny Martinez and Brett Saberhagen. I like Brett Saberhagen, always have, so happy to have him on the team. I think we're going to do outfield now. Do I want to put Frank Thomas at first or in the outfield? I think I might put Frank Thomas at first base because I think I'm covered in the outfield. Manny Ramirez, maybe Andrew Jones, maybe Gary Matthews, maybe Mookie. You could do double Jose Gonzalez, but I don't think that would really help the team much. Of course, Canseco's got to be in there. So that's what we're down to here. We got Canseco for sure, Manny Ramirez for sure. I need 4 outfielders. I don't know. I'm thinking about Jimi Hendrix, putting him in the outfield. I think I might, I don't know. What do you guys think? Andrew Jones, I feel like, needs to be in there. He's a really good player. Mookie, Gary Matthews, or Jimi Hendrix in the outfield? I don't know, guys. That's a toss-up for me. That's a pretty tough choice. I don't know. I'm going to put Jimi Hendrix in the outfield. Now, Brent is going to have a problem with that because I used a bonus pack to get Hendrix in there, but I don't know. I think Jimi Hendrix would be a really great center fielder. You guys tell me what you think in the comments. So right now, there's our pitching starters there, and there is our outfield and DH. Canseco would be the DH. These guys would be the outfield. That's how I feel about that. And now infield, I got to get 4 different positions. Tony Clark's not a bad player. I'll think about him. Rick Cerone, good catcher. I might use him. Howard Johnson for sure. No question there. Pete O'Brien, maybe. Matt Nooks is creeping me out. He's a good player, but I don't want that on my team. And then we did get 2 Kurt Wilkersons. I thought we did. We could do double Kurt Wilkerson. That would be very interesting. I don't know, man. The infield is very weak. I think Frank Thomas is going to be at first base. That's how we're going to do this. Frank Thomas will be at first. Howard Johnson will be at third. Tony Clark's also a first baseman, though, so I don't know. I'm going to have to knock him out. That leaves Rick Cerone as a catcher. He's a pretty decent catcher. I know you guys probably haven't heard of him, but he was a pretty good catcher. And, gosh, I don't know. This is, it's between Jody Reed and Pete O'Brien at this point, which is pretty slim pickings. I wonder if Madonna could play the infield. That's probably beneath her, but I don't know. She's better than anybody else I got. Bobby Brown certainly couldn't play the infield. I can't imagine that guy catching a ground ball. So, I don't know. That's tough. I think I'm going to have to go with that as my infield. Howard Johnson at third, Frank Thomas at first, and Rick Cerone catching. I don't know, Pete O'Brien or Jody Reed. I'm going to go with Pete O'Brien. He was a good player. Actually, I like Pete O'Brien. Except he's a first baseman. Well, I guess I got to go with Jody Reed then. Jody Reed was not a first baseman. Jody Reed was a shortstop. So there is my infield. Frank Thomas, very legit. Howard Johnson, very legit. But then we get Cerone and Jody Reed. Cerone was good. He wasn't, all-star Hall of Famer type of guy. But there you go. So that's my lineup. The Big Hurt dominating and towering over everyone. We got Canseco at the DH. Manny, Andrew, and Jimi Hendrix in the outfield, which is a sentence I guarantee you will not hear on YouTube anywhere else today. Starting pitcher Saberhagen and Martinez, and then the infield is the Big Hurt, Howard Johnson, Cerone, and Jody Reed. So there you go. Check out Brent's channel, Mac Waxx Stacks, to see what you think of his lineup and how he did today. And let us know who you think was the winner. There's nothing at stake here. It's just for fun. And, of course, if I win, I get to trash talk Brent for a while. And if he wins, I will never hear the end of it from him. But we'll see. We'll see. See what you guys think. I appreciate you tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. This was great fun. Thanks once again, Brent, for doing this with me. And if anybody else wants to do this type of thing with me, all you have to do is email me and ask. Always happy to do this stuff. It's a ton of fun. And I know Brent feels the same way. You can talk to Brent about doing it with him. He invented this format, so by all means, let him know as well. I'll see you back here tomorrow for Dorking with Dice. And as always, happy collecting.